Right, so, like, what would be a reasonable take profit here? Definitely this guy. So, this trade off the rip is already extremely valid to my extent. There's a couple things, like, extra additional reasons why, but this one's, like, the main one. It's just the fact that, like, we're already here. If we created a low within a free value gap, we inverse it, I'm not complaining about that being a low. It's not going to be the next low, right? So, it invalidates. It invalidates price. So, like, continuing on further, right? How would my entry look for this trade? Something like this, right? Say because I want to scale, right, and I see this for value gap, I'm gonna be a reasonable man, and I expect us to do whatever, tap some sort of low, right? Like, of course, I'm break even off of this, so it was a break even trade anyways, but just the point example of it, right? Right, another example could literally be this day. So 4-hour wise, is it the 15th or yeah, it was. What do I see happen of the 4 hour of the 9 o'clock candle? We are inside of a bullish for value gap, so I'm bullish for the day, expecting this to come up high, right? 1 hour, is there a high time frame PD where I can catch this doing? Sweeping this low. Alright, cool. Jump into my main time frame that I like to execute on the 1 minute, right? What am I gonna do on the 1 minute? I'm gonna look for my entry, right? What is that? A sweep, delivery off of fair value gap, and IFVG within that. Obviously, we swept from our left here. There's no fair value gap. Okay. So I'm gonna just let price accumulate on its own. And I already see my entry I would take, but it kind of already tapped TP. But point is, right? Actually, I already went over this day. I'll do it again. Sweep, delivery would be that guy. Inverse. Okay. Let's do a different thing. You know, Russell, I don't trade a lot, so this will be fun. Actually, let's go and go charting. Let's just do the Russell. Alright. Wow, this is horrendous. What is this? What the? Maybe I picked the wrong one. Okay. This works, I guess, kind of. Anyways, so ignoring Friday, we're gonna start from as far as the 1 minute can offer me. So to do that, you just gotta go on the 1 minute, scroll to the far left, and it looks like we're gonna be trading. Bam. Here's 99.30. This is all you should. So a 4 hour, straight off the rip. What do I see going on here? We're playing inside of a bearish confluence, right? Second of all, we swept our previous high up here. So I'm bearish for the day. So I want to see us on the 1 hour do something. What do we do on the 1 hour of the 9 o'clock candle? Sweep this high. So I'm instantly, right? I can instantly jump to the conclusion and say, okay, I just want to see my sweep, 1 minute fair value gap, and a IFVG within it. So here we sweep highs. Anywhere we create fair value gap. Right here, but it doesn't really do much. Alright, we're gonna wait. And until we retrace into some sort of fair value gap, like over here, this guy just held value. Now, where in here can I find an inverse to be possible of an entry? This guy. So let's see. Okay, we swept new highs. Okay. What do? We swept all those highs. Anywhere here I can see a valid fair value gap now. This guy. I think that got me tripping. We draw into a new fair value gap. And we disrespect the sweeping new highs. Okay, we're consolidating. Alright, we're pumping up higher. What can I expect us to do? Sweep this new high. We did that. Okay. Chop around. Want us to create a bearish fair value gap here. And we did. No imbalance necessarily. And a little choppy. Now we're at our 1150, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10 macro. And what can we already recognize? Well, besides the sweeping a high, right, previous highs here, and falling down, we came, tapped into this inverse, right? You could take this as an entry. This would be a B though. We're just waiting. Alright, we're sweeping highs. Eventually we have to dump. Surely. Nothing. Swept new highs. Okay. What do we do? We swept new highs. Create this imbalance. Price drew into something. There's another fair value gap. Okay. If we can inverse this low, I'd be happy. Chopping through, but we do inverse it. Do we take this entry, guys? This could be scary because it's not clear price action. My biggest rule is to not mess with that. But let's see what happens. Alright, break even off of you. Runners run till this low. It's about, I'll pick up the risk. So that's 2. Yeah, we would have gotten stopped out. So, prime example of like to avoid choppiness because you will catch that, right? Then what do? We come up, sweep new highs, sweep new highs, and we chop around. Right? Now, how would I handle a trade like this, right? Something like that. Well, first of all, right, we do the 4 hour. Just analyze. What are we in? Okay, we're inside of a bearish fair value gap. If we break you, I can be bullish, right? Under, what do we have? It's 1 hour low. I mean 4 hour low. Alright, now we're scaling internally. What can we do since we just swept this high? I can look for a short IFEG. And within this short IFEG, our possible entry if this hourly closes will be somewhere in this imbalance, right? To go long. So the moment I literally see us inverse or take out this liquidity, I'm instantly looking for clear price action to indicate where I can find an inverse fair value gap. Now obviously there's no inverse fair value gap here, so we're gonna let the trade run, right? Let's see. Nothing, right? Just literally anywhere I can find a green candle getting inverse that has good volume on my end. So possibly one of these guys. Now we're already at a 10 o'clock candle, so if I hop on the 1 hour, what are we? Still holding off in this fair value gap. Still swept this, but that's it. So let it run. Alright, swept new highs. This is good momentum. I would want to say it's inverse something here. Right, if not, then we let it be. Still inside the fair value gap to look bearish. But actually, what I could draw is this. So I actually missed this. I didn't see that. But the moment the 9 o'clock candle ended, what did we do? We swept 1 hour lows, right? Look at this. We created a 1 hour low. And we tapped in the fair value gap. So now I can look for some sort of bullish setup at 10 o'clock here, right? So look at that. Alright. Now we're bullish. What do I see we did? Swept lows. Came inside this fair value gap. Where do we have a high quality fair value gap we could possibly inverse? All textbook. Didn't take a high yet. Stop loss tight on that. And we'll target where it gets messy right here. 4RR, really, a trade I would take would be something more like... There you go. Right. Break even. Stop that break even. But we could have taken profits off the next high. Right, you only take profits when it starts to chop. But then, I mean, it hits. So, that's your key rule there, is probably you need to continuously jump from 1 to 1 minute back and forth, right? Yes, while the 4 hour is telling us, before we can even catch a setup, what is the 4 hour telling us? Oh, we're inside this bearish for value gap, right? You need to also understand what's the 1 hour. The 1 hour shows more value in the 4. The 4 gives general direction, but the 1 kind of confirms if it's going that way. So if we just tapped into a 1 hour for value gap and we're reacting perfectly from it, I'm going bullish. Understand that we could possibly reverse at some point though. Right, so alright, then we continue to go higher as you see, right? Alright, here you go. Candle closed. Above this for value gap. So I would be bullish at PM, right? Bam, this is PM, 2 PM. Since we closed above, I don't even need the 1 hour. I know we closed above on the 4 hour. So all I have to look for is my 2 PM candle. Alright. Really choppy. Super choppy. She's alright. She's alright. That girl's alright with me. That's kind of clear. We didn't take out the low though, so I want us to take out the low. There you go, beautiful. So, what did we just do? This would be like a minus, right? Or B. We took out the low. Took out this low. Good volume coming up. The next candle closes up, I'm in. Nope. And then you can see we inverse it. You're in break even. All this low resistance liquidity is yours. And then you could just take out all this low resistance. Right, break even off of this high. But A minus gets medium probability. A plus is high because you have for value gap under. There's no for value gap under here to support it, right? I mean, kinda. But yeah, that's that. And conveniently, it takes out all that low resistance, and UT plays off. But we were hit TP. Alright, let's look at a new day. Remember, just trying to see the points that it's drawn to, and then you move like that. So, say we're looking for London, right? This is almost London Open. Super choppy. What's the 1 hour show me? Well, if we do sweep this high, because this is a bunch of equal highs, which we already swept, but if we do come up, instead of sweeping that low, what can I say? Okay. We swept these lows, so what am I expecting? Bullish. Go down. This is completely horrendous, but you'll see how price action kind of reads through it with that, right? So, we swept the low. Okay, we're continuing to go lower, right? What's the next low that we're coming into? Whatever. This is already almost market open, so I'm just gonna... Oh my god. Cannot even... No, I got though. Alright. What did we do off of market open? We swept, what? Highs. Since we swept all these highs, what can I expect this to be? Bearish, right? Bearish to what? Some sort of 1 hour low, right? What's the 4 hour telling us within we're doing this? Oh, we're bullish. Doji, swept 4 hour low. So 4 hour bias, we're up. 1 hour, we're down. What can I expect us to do? Well, if this 1 hour does confirm a bearish setup, then I will go for that. If not, I remain silent. So obviously there's no fair value gap here, so this one's a little risky and you're gonna have to trust yourself. But if we inverse this fair value gap, I'll take it. Okay, we didn't. Understanding we're bullish now, I just need to look for us to retrace to some sort of fair value gap and create me a right here. Perfect example. Obviously we swept hourly high, but 4 hour we swept 4 hour low. What did we just do? We swept this low, created this fair value gap. So if we inverse this guy, that tells me already, okay, we're not good. No trade. Maybe we're bearish for the day, right? So now I'm doing the total opposite, where I want to see price retrace with the green candle, creating a fair value gap that I could look for an inversion on. So nothing, nothing. And basically, 4 hour bullish though, right? I mean, we did sweep 4 hour highs too though. Oh, was 1 hour we swept? No, 4 hour. 4 hour high and low we swept, so that's a little useless right now. But the 1 hour told me what? That we're bearish. Obviously, you could have taken the entry that I pointed out up here, because we swept the high. But if not, say we waited, right? So it came down to some sort of thing, because I said, oh, we're still bullish, right? What does the 15-minute show me? Oh, giant fair value gap that we're going to come down into. Cool. So I wait for us to come down. Bam, we're in it. Alright. Knowing that we swept all these lows, where can I see a quality fair value gap to hold? Quality fair value gap. On top of that, what did we do? We swept this liquidity, right? Swept the previous one too. So all I'm looking for now is some sort of fair value gap to get inversed that I can catch an entry on. Right, and if I can't catch that, then I'm gonna keep continuously looking. Happily, there's this I could catch. Now, this would be the candle. Stop loss, say I'll put it down here for safety because I say it's a fair value gap. Or you can maybe a little bit below, follow your risk to reward plan. Alright, will be like an obvious target. Well, obvious break even's this high. New high, obvious break even is this high, or break even. TP this, maybe this. And when you reverse this, say, okay, what can it tap into? This guy came out, tap, pumped higher. So you'll recognize as you're going through price action on what's going on, right? Prime example is this, like I said, like the obvious one's gonna be this guy, clearly. So second guy, if you can really coordinate your targets so you can get a quicker trade, follow through, right? If not, if this cost of you risking your stop loss to be bigger, don't bother. Since there is this fair value gap down here, a trade I would probably do is like keep it around the stop loss, look for the 2.0, and the moment I see a reverse, I'm gonna be understanding about this fair value gap and allow price to draw into a little bit and not put break even, just because I see that okay, there's nowhere else it could draw into in the money, right, when I'm in profit. So it's either I'm going to get stopped out at 0 or I take whatever this second TP gets me. So it depends on you as a trader, right? For me, if I'm trying to pass my funded, I want to be strictly on cash, 1K, 1K, 1K done. Here would be an example where I would be a little bit more lenient, right? But if I was on a live account, which I would do, let's follow our risk. Say we are like, okay, I want this, and my stop loss is like this. I'm break even, dude. If it hits here and I see the first red candle, there's no other confluence except for that fair value gap, I'm closing, okay? It's logical that we're not going to form an inversion randomly if we can't even tap into some other confluence. So take that with granted, right? Then we see, okay. Let's wait for a PM now. PM is right around the corner right here, actually. Bam. Okay. The 1 hour doesn't give us anything. So maybe 15 minute. Okay. 15 minute either. So this would be a day I just wouldn't bother. Price action is not being weird and wonky, so we're gonna let it be and we're gonna wait till London. Can we please end the song? I don't know how it's here. Alright. Alright, we're waiting for London, so oops, we already passed that. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Oh, she's a diva. I don't think I wanna meet her. So, what am I seeing prices doing? We just swept this low. Possibly we are coming into this low. But, let's see. We come down, we seek this low. What am I doing? Switching to the 1 minute, right? Did we sweep this low? No, we didn't. We did not tap that low. We almost did. I'm trying to find a word. Oh, we did. I just think poor line. Yeah, I think so. Moving, I can't take no more. Oh my god, we made equal lows. Alright, well, since we made it equal hourly low, I'm gonna wait for price to draw into this, right? Because I don't want to mess with that. Bam, now we tap the equal lows. So it's officially swept. This is around 7 o'clock. This choppy price action really makes me want to jump off a cliff. Hopefully we get something out. I don't know. Yeah, nothing. This thing is horrendous. Kinda. Oh well, we're almost at market open, but let's continue to analyze, right? 9 o'clock candle. What did we just do? We swept you, and most importantly, this high. We made almost an equal high on. We didn't tap, but we almost, right? So what is my buys coming in today going to be, since we just did all this off of market open? Bearish, right? Okay, so let's look to my far left, and let's see if we swept any other 1 minute liquidity. Obviously we did, but maybe there's a fair value gap in there, you know, and I can already start to analyze for a setup. So here's the only fair value gap I see. I'm gonna use this, and I'm just gonna simply see if we tapped into. Obviously we didn't. We broke it because we swept the high, but it'd be nice to see if we actually. Yeah, alright, we broke it. Okay, well we swept the highs, right? So what do I want us to see us do? I want us to see us sweep now recent highs, because this isn't enough for me. Alright, we sweep recent highs. Is there any fair value gaps holding? No, okay. So I'm gonna keep looking for a bear setup until we come down and sweep this low. If we sweep that low, then it's time for me to look for a new low to sweep, right? This low. So let's keep looking. Remember, I want to see us sweep some highs. Bam, what are we doing here? We just swept multiple highs. Are we coming inside of a value gap? No, we're not. Bam, what do we do? Okay, this is a better example, right? Now we haven't even came down to our hourly, so we know that our direction's what, but we'll talk more about this in a second here. First of all, to our far left, we didn't sweep this liquid, but we swept you. That's perfectly fine. Then what do we do coming inside of this fair value gap? We're holding it, right? The fair value is being held. The FEG is being held. What's the last step for me to look for before I take an entry? To inverse this fair value gap. So if I see a candle closure on it, which this fair value gap held, I mean it failed, so now I'm just gonna hold it on this one. I think that's actually also the premium discount guy. Could be tweaking, but let's see. No, only one above it is fine. Okay, so obviously this would be a trade I wouldn't bother with, and then we're gonna keep looking now. Okay, we're gonna have to create another fair value gap, unfortunately though, for a valid entry in my opinion. But we swept highs. Looks like we did come down. Oops. I'm just gonna delete this. We already swept that high. Alright, what do we see on our far left? High got swept, right? We have bearish fair value gap holding. To my left, anywhere. Can I recognize a point where a candle gave me an inversion that I could I could trade or take, right? No, not you. You are probably my best bet for us to come down into. Okay, we inverse you again. Let's see what happens. Take out new highs. Take out more new highs. Now we're just beaming up, dude. Okay. We're inside the fair value gap. We took out liquidity previously. Didn't respect. Okay, we took out this liquidity. It's just jumping higher. So this is the day we're likely winning trade, right? Because we didn't see it come down. Hold on. See 1 hour. We're still in the high area though. Of a previous sweep, right? Now remember, if we don't catch a trade here, we're gonna wait for the 950 macro. What are we pushing? 950. I mean 1150. Oh my god. Alright, so if you can't catch one at 1050, look for 1150. If you can't catch one at 1150 to 1210, look for 150 to 210. Those are my main ones. 9 o'clock to like literally I just do 9 to 1110. Right, so here, what do? We swapped previous liquidity. The only for value gap I can see is come up to is this tiny one, which I doubt. Yeah, okay. We dump. Kind of want us to. There you go. Okay. What did we just do? Took out liquidity on our far left here. Came in and tapped into what? This fair value gap. And then I just want to see a simple inversion, right? There's too much going on here, so I'm gonna stay on the 3-minute. Conveniently, I could see the obvious one would be to inverse this lower one. So let's see what happens. Did we inverse? And then we close on the tick. Don't bother. Okay. And now wait again. Okay. Okay, this is a great example now. So, yes, that was unfortunate, right? We didn't take the trade, though, because it closed on the tick. We took this high. We tapped into this fair value gap. And we inversed the only one in the leg. This is a high-quality setup. And we didn't tap our first TP, so I can already... There's a negative R trade, but... A reasonable one would probably guess about 1 point. Didn't take it out yet. Didn't take out lows. Didn't take out lows. Kind of want to see us just take out this previous low now. And we got edged. Okay. So what was our reason for not winning this trade? A little bit choppy, right? I mean... Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it's once again that's choppy. We were playing status for value gap. Alright, we did sweep its previous liquidity here. I mean, I had its reason to, right? Anyways. Now we're waiting for the 150 macro. And we kind of passed that right now. Here's 145. Clearly, what do we do? Let's look at the 1 hour. Alright, something's happening to my far left. We are about to take out this high. So I'm gonna wait for price to take out this high before I start looking for shorts. Otherwise, I'm long. So knowing that, right, I can stay on the 1 minute here and see something. Okay, obviously there's no good momentum. So let's wait. Maybe you want to take out some low with a good candle down so that we can pump higher, please. Or not, okay. Let's equal highs. I'm pretty sure that's an equal high. Not even, I don't even think it tapped it. Oh, we took it. Okay. I thought we didn't, but it's already market closed when it happened. Otherwise, this would have not been a valid trade. So, yeah, no trade. You would think we took it, but it looks like we were off. And then pre-market catches it right with a sweep. And then simply, I want to see us create a leg down in which we come into it like this. But we didn't have a clear price action for that. Trade we wouldn't bother with, right? Acting like they drunk. Let's wait for Asia. Let's wait for London. Okay. London is gonna be a while. This is London. What can I see is playing into inside of London? No fair value gap, but we do have this high as our target. And if you fail, you're our target. Now once we hit that, I can understand what we're probably gonna do is come down to this low. This thing really hates London, I don't know why. Holy cow. Alright, what did we do here? Took out the low. No, I wouldn't even consider that one. It's just choppy. Alright, took out liquidity. I like to see us really just create a leg up that we can inverse from a leg down. Here comes data news. Startle. No. Alright, so here we come in, right? We didn't take out the high, but what are we doing now? We're coming down, we're looking for lows. So what am I going to do along with this, right? Well, first I'm going to be looking for a short set, but not until we come down into some sort of PD array. So obviously the 1 hour gives me multiple PD arrays. We have this fair value gap. We have these lows. Now, if price holds within this fair value gap here, that would tell me one thing, actually multiple, but first of all, let's look to our far left to see, does this fair value gap have, okay, it's literally on the inside. We disrespected it. I love you so. Our low lies right here in this line. Is anywhere in this line a fair value gap? No. Okay, so we're gonna have to have price probably do something for us, right? Oh my god, I hate. It's all C. It's not the button I'm trying to click. Okay, so because price didn't tap into some sort of fair value gap, but we did sweep lows, right? Obviously. Let's go ahead and let it create something. So I want to see a leg up, but us coming down to the fair value gap and possibly sweeping some sort of low, which literally we got right here. So if this next candle closes bullish, that'll be good. I kind of want to sweep below, so I'm not going to take this until... Alright, bam. What did we do? We took out all the lows? Okay, cool. Now I want to see a green fair value gap upwards, so we're going to let it dump. Like, clearly, I forgot to point this out, but if we continuate this, right, of which did the 10 o'clock candle close within here or outside? Close within with barely a wick holding, right? If I show you, barely holding, right? This camp proceeds to go down, okay. Then we wouldn't bother. Okay, now we came into here. What time is it? It's almost at 10:50 to 11:10 macro, my favorite, right? What did we do? We took out this low. We took out the low. And price basically took out this 1 minute low. So, within here, what's the only fair value gap that's a clear sign in my face that I could really read and say, okay, if we inverse you, I'm in. You. This guy right here. Now, is he holding anything? Really? No, but we did sweep below, so that's a good thing. Let's see what happens. Alright, we're inside of it. Sweep more liquidity. It's just accumulating. Just chopping around. what do we do? Eventually, we break it, right? Now, on top of that, this is all just choppiness, but here you see we take out a high, this, nothing inverse, so we come down, take out these lows. And we're here for value gap that holds now. Take out highs. What do we inverse you? Almost until we tap you. Nothing happens. And then we finally break it, right? So, let's say I go long for whatever reason, because this is looking like some pretty good candle action. Break even would be one of these highs here. And I'm just going to follow my 2R trade rule. Bam. Break even off of this high. Break even. Maybe take some profits as well. And we would have stopped out. So, prime example, right? We then came in U. Tapped really the fair value gap. Almost tapped that high, but just an example of the trade, right? How you didn't lose if you preserved your capital. Now, always take profits once you see price weaken. Like, okay, here I would have put break even, right? But the moment I see this fair value gap, and if it doesn't hold, it's weak, pumping up again. What am I going to do? Am I going to sit in it, or am I going to expect it to consolidate and fall down eventually to get, watch. It's going to take out all this low side liquidity, like it did right here. It's accumulating. See that big fair value gap on our left, that big bullish one? Wait for it. Let it take out some more. I don't know how long it's going to take, you guys. Alright, we're going deep. Never mind. Holy cow. But yeah, we took out this, and we understand, right? Now, that trade we took was around the point where we swept this, but you just continuously repeat this pattern, right? So let's go on to actual micro NASDAQ, okay? What's normal? NQ. Okay. We'll pick a random day. This day. What do I see beneath us? Bam! Fair value gaps. What did price do? It took out all these highs, right? So I'm gonna remain bullish until we really take out this high. Now, 930 candle is down here, which conveniently we tapped into this fair value gap. And if I go into my 1 minute and look for an analysis down here, what do I have? Okay. Well, we did sweep liquidity. We did inverse U. Right? And here's the best part. If I look to my far left and I find this fair value gap lying in the area that I was looking at, guys, it's in your hands. It's in your grasp. Do not throw this because you don't know what's going on. The moment you see high time frame PDRA that price tapped into, as soon as you go into 1 minute and you look anywhere that we saw a sweep, fair value gaps holding, and an IFEG, take that! Bro, freest entries ever. Holy cow. Who would have known? And you just repeat that every time, right? Of course we swept lows. I mean, it's obvious, right? Like, look to my left over here. Look at it. Low swept. Low swept. Lows swept. Taps into high time frame fair value gap. Scale down. Tapped into low time frame fair value gap, right? Okay. All I need is a simple inverse. What's the biggest fair value gap within the leg, right? Obviously, those are these baby ones, but do these really become the obvious one? No, it's this one. So the moment I see that inverse up here, what am I doing? What am I doing, guys? I'm going long. Setup. Follow, whatever, right? Like I said, the moment I see price come up to my risk to reward, I am perfectly content not trading anymore. So here's my entry, right? I see, bam, we come up, kind of take out this highs where, alright, cool. Say I got stopped out, okay. Now we're up here. How would I look for an entry within here, right? Well, first of all, we look to our left. Did we take out liquidity? Yes, we did. Did we tap into some sort of fair value gap? There is a fair value gap on you. Let's see. Yep, tapped into the fair value gap. Once again, swept liquidity, tapped into the fair value gap, right? I could take an entry on the 32nd here. Let's go on the same day and look at the 20th. 32nd on the 20th at 10 o'clock. Here's it. 1 o'clock. What is the clear inverse in this setup? This guy, right? So I can simply go figure yourself out. Figure out, do you like to put your stop loss after TP2 or TP1 and take that trade, right? For me, I like TP1. This already technically tapped it. I mean, it didn't tap either, so I could have just expended it there. But this tapped it and chopped, so this would be a trade I wouldn't bother with either. Right, so then what am I doing then after that? What am I doing if I can't find anything here, right? Go back to the 1 hour. Cool. We swapped highs. For whatever reason. Right. And you just keep looking, okay. If we play this for value gap, which we did, you could probably find an entry at 2 o'clock, right? At 2 o'clock macro. What did we do? We just took out recent lows. Are we almost at the 2? Yeah, we are. Now I'm bullish still, so kind of just want to see price come down. And we still keep pumping, but a good example would be like down here. We could have caught this trade. Break even off of you and enter. Now, say you're more of a 5-minute guy, right? A 5-minute guy is not bad. There's nothing wrong about it. It's the same exact process, right? You just now you're waiting a little bit longer, but like, okay, this would be your inverse for value gap. Understand that we also tapped into a 5-minute for value gap. Wherever we took the good entry that you see, you take it, go long, right? So like, this probably would be my signal, and then my break even will be off of this for value gap. Same exact thing, right? Just commit to it, guys. So yeah, same exact thing, whole way through. I think I've been streaming for about, it's been 40 minutes. I kind of went through all the data, but next upcoming week we're gonna be taking quality trades and we're not gonna be losing, right? If it hits the first TP, I'm not gonna bother. I will be looking at macros every other hour, and so I think that's it. Yeah.